Hello everybody, my name is Stacieal-chokhachi, and I am the proud mother of a beautiful little boy, Dalton, and a beautiful 20-year-old daughter named Marissa. And for some reason God has kind of prompted me to start video blogging. A little history about my story, and I'll try to make it short and sweet, is that in August of 2010, my little boy, at that point he had just turned 6 years old, was diagnosed with Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy. And Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy happens to be the most common and most lethal form of muscular dystrophy, affecting 1 in every 3,000 to 3,500 boys. It can occasionally affect girls, but typically it's a less severe form. But it's an absolutely catastrophic disease that is progressive and ends up taking all of the muscles of boys, beginning with their legs typically, working up to the upper body, and then obviously affecting the heart and lungs, which at that point we know that they would be healed in heaven. The point of my entire thing is that ever since this journey began, it's kind of funny, but my husband and I have dealt with things extremely differently, and I can completely respect the way that he is. He's a man, I'm a woman, we grieve differently. But I have had to be very transparent and open and honest about my feelings and my concerns and my fears and all of the things that at some point, actually many points throughout this process and this journey, have come to somewhat consume me. And if I didn't write about them on the caring bridge that I had started forever ago from the very beginning, or if I didn't write about them on Facebook, because Facebook became far easier to access than the caring bridge did, then I believe that I would have not been able to walk this journey as gracefully as I have. By no means am I perfect. I have days when I am very angry at God. I don't understand his reasoning. I get angry at the world, at the superficiality of human beings, and the writing has allowed me to truly, in a sense, release all of those toxic thoughts and feelings, to help me to be a better person, to be a better mom, to be a better wife, and human being just in general. I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of these is, these videos will be, but I think one thing that even prior to Dalton being diagnosed, if I was having a tough day due to finances, due to losing my mother, due to a fight, or just life in general when it gets you down, I always found comfort in being able to look at someone else's journey that was walking through something far more difficult than I was, and kind of gaining inspiration and courage and strength from their journey, thinking if they can walk through that, I have no reason to not be able to walk through what I'm walking through. And even though my journey now is absolutely the worst nightmare I could ever imagine, and God knows that my babies are my everything. I love Marissa and Dalton more than life itself. I would lay down my life today if I thought it would be able to benefit either one of them. And I would take this disease in a second so that my child would never have to suffer. So for me, this is the most difficult thing that I could ever imagine walking through, and I find myself walking through it. But I'm hoping that through these vlogs, as my little Dalton tech-savvy YouTuber tells me, I'm hoping that I can, one, inspire people out there who are, there's a gnat flying around, who are going through any kind of difficult things, or even just that happen to come across our journey and want to see what Duchenne looks like. I hope to bring awareness to it, because I had never even heard of Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy until it entered our lives so unwantedly and unwelcomed. So I want to bring awareness, I want to bring inspiration. Obviously, selfishly, I want to be able to get out toxic thoughts and feelings so that I can carry on and be the best person I can possibly be. And one of the things that kind of sparked this to even happen is that I had made a video of Dalton one morning as I was getting him out of bed, because I think, like many heartbreaking things in life, as human beings, we tend to paint pretty pictures in our minds of things. And though even my family members and my very close friends know that Dalton and I go through so much every day with having to get him into a Hoyer lift every day. I can't pick him up. I can't do anything without a Hoyer lift because his bones have become so brittle. And so I just felt compelled to show people the video of what this beautiful little 11-year-old boy has to go through on a daily basis. Because I think until you see it, you don't quite understand how unfair it is that this beautiful little boy is having to walk this journey that he didn't ask for. He's like nobody else. None of us really get to choose our journeys in life. We thankfully have God to do that for us, but I can imagine being an 11-year-old little boy who has all of his peers, friends, family that are running and being little boys, running and playing tag, playing soccer, going to the beach, walking in the water, all of these things, simple tasks, just standing up, using the bathroom by himself, being able to shower by himself, all these things that 11, almost 12-year-old little boys look forward to doing. They look forward to gaining their independence, yet this monstrous disease, Duchenne, has robbed them of that. But I wanted people to get a little small glimpse of what he goes through, and as a caregiver of what I go through. And by no means do I need a pat on the back. God takes care of me every day. I'm doing what I do for my babies and for God, and for my husband. And other than that, I hope that people can benefit from it, but I don't need kudos. I don't need thank yous. My reward will be in heaven. And I know that God trusted me with this beautiful little boy, and I'm going to do my best job taking care of him. But I hope that any of you out there can gain inspiration from these videos. My hope is to upload them at least several times a week, hopefully when the Spirit prompts me to do it. I don't ever want these videos to be about me. I want them to be about our journey and finding God and all the silver linings in the midst of our journey. And that I don't care what religion or race or age you are, but when children are sick, people listen, and it gets our attention, and it should. And I hope that even if you are not believers, I don't care. I'm not a perfect Christian. I'm far from a perfect human being. But I do love Jesus Christ, and I know that He is my strength through this journey. And I hope and pray that anybody watching this, even if you don't have a relationship with Jesus, that you will be able to see the light that He shines through me. Not to change you into a Christian, or that's not the goal, but to give you hope that in the midst of any tragedy you face, God is there with you, and He can and will use it for good. And so I hope that this can bring awareness to this horrible disease, so that my Dalton and all the other beautiful boys with this awful disease can hopefully have a cure one day. Through awareness brings money, through money brings cures, and we're on the brink of that in this generation. But ultimately, God's in complete control, and I rest in that. So I thank you for watching, and I look forward to coming back and speaking to you again. And I just pray that whoever's watching this, that you have a blessed day, and that you'll be able to see all the silver linings that are out there that you have to sometimes search for, because this world screams at us and God whispers. So everybody have a great day and live on purpose.